Hey guys, welcome to this video. Thank you very much for clicking on the link, and if you've read it then you'll understand that I am saying quite basically that exercise will not determine fat loss. Exercise alone will not determine fat loss. Yes, it will help in aiding fat loss, but the reality of the situation is fat loss happens in this realm, which is more sciencey, and it happens in your bodies and it happens on your plate. If you're dealing with some obesity or any overweightness, overweightness is a term, I've just made it up, then you'll understand what I'm talking about. But just to understand the statistics and why I'm talking about this today, there's 60% of men at the moment, I believe, in the UK, might be creeping up to that number, are obese, and 50% of females are obese in the UK, let alone overweight. So that's before we get into the overweight, from the sort of overweight zone into that obese category. So we've got a real problem on our hands, and people are turning to gyms. There's gyms popping up all over the place. £15 a month, £7 a month, £9 a month, exercise, exercise, exercise. Move more, eat less is what people keep telling people to do, which I think is a completely flawed mentality. I think the fitness industry needs a real wake up, and people need to stop selling crap out there and start to preach to people about this kind of stuff, which is more important. Realistically, you can change more in 30 days in your diet and your life for the rest of your life than you can by joining a gym for a 3-month trial basis at £15 a month and smashing it every day and going to the classes. Yes, that's fantastic. It gives you some sense of purpose. It brings you together as a person with other people, and it trains, and I'm all for that. But what I'm not for is people selling people, oh yeah, join the gym, you'll lose weight. No. Don't join the gym just to lose weight. Join the gym to aid in your weight loss. It should be supplementary. The same way people say, oh, buy that protein shake, it's going to help you lose fat. It's not going to help you lose fat. Protein shakes will not help you do that. Protein shakes will help repair your muscles, but they're extra calories. They've probably got sugar in them. They're probably laced with all sorts of things that these companies are selling people. Protein bars, they're healthier. No, they're freaking not healthier. Protein bars have just got more protein in them. They've probably got the same amount of caffeine, chocolate, all that kind of malarkey in them to keep you hooked and keep you buying. So we need to wake up, and we need to understand that this, and that's why I'm getting angry now, because I get passionate about this kind of stuff. This is the key, okay? I've got a 30-day challenge running at the moment, and people are seeing amazing results. Why are they seeing results? Well, because they're educating themselves, they're learning about what they're doing, they're learning about their processes when it comes to food, and they're listening to their body. They're listening to this grey zone, and they're starting to experiment and learn and practice and grow, and that's what we're here for. So let's talk about glycemic load, glycemic index, glucose. Let's talk about time. Let's talk about how much food people eat and when they eat their food. So you've got two types of people in this world. You've got people who are insulin sensitive, who are thin, and make up a very small amount of the population these days. And then you've got 60% of the world becoming obese, or 60% of men becoming obese, not 60% of the world, and 50% of females becoming obese. So that's, a lot of people in the UK, this is just in the UK, who are obese. And then you've got the overweight category, and heavens knows how many people are overweight. How many people do you know are carrying extra skin, extra weight around their stomach, extra visceral fat? You have no idea, but you can see it every single day. So you get people who are insulin sensitive, and they can pretty much eat anything they want. They don't ever suffer. They can eat loads of chocolate. They can eat loads of this, eat loads of that, and they're absolutely fine. You get people who have got insulin resistance or have developed insulin resistance, and they tend to be the ones with type 2 diabetes who tend to be struggling a little bit more. So we get this category of people that is a more predominant force in the world these days. And in my document with the 30-day challenge, I actually explain that. Basically, what happens is when you eat food, your glucose levels will rise depending on what you've eaten. Let's face it, most people are going for bad choices these days. Most people don't really know what they're eating. Now, what you'll find is that your glucose levels will increase, insulin gets released into your body, and then your insulin brings everything back down to normal, homeostasis, where the body likes to live, likes to stay flat. Now, what you'll find as well is that throughout the day, most people will go up and down and up and down and up and down. And some people, like I used to, would just go up and up and up and up and up, and then I would have a crash at some point. I would crash, I'd burn, I'd feel worn out, I'd feel tired, I'd have caffeine overdose and fatigue. So if you ever drink too much coffee and then you get to about 4 o'clock in the afternoon and you haven't had enough sugar and you just crash out, yeah, you're having a problem, right? So essentially, over the 30-day challenge, which is what I've been rolling out to people over the last couple of weeks, we take away this big yo-yo, right? And what we do is we throw in some level ground for your blood sugars. Okay, so your blood sugars can remain simple. All right, now this is very basic. This is not even going down the route of blood testing. This is not even going down the route of checking hormones and all that kind of stuff. We are simply trying to control a variable that doesn't cause us too much difficulty. This is so simple when you get your head around it that actually if the 60% of men that were obese and the 50% of females that are obese get this message, they could change so much. Realistically, exercise, it affects people very differently from an insulin perspective. Some people, insulin resistance is negated in a certain way by training. So they will see results. They don't have to change their diet too much, but who knows? Right? So what's the easiest solution? Well, the easiest solution is let's all learn a little bit about our food that we're putting into our body. And then let's implement some changes that help to regulate this insulin level in our body, okay? Because we're eating food that hasn't really, our bodies haven't caught up with yet. You know, if we think about the history of humankind, processed foods, highly processed foods, some of the chemicals, look at some of these food places. It looks like a factory. It looks like a coal mine from back in the day. You know, there's smoke billowing out of this big industry. People are wearing lab coats. That's not natural. So we've got to start to shift the way we think about food. And my advice to people is always, hey, can we stick to the low starchy carbs? Can we stick away from the high starch? Can we stay away from all that kind of stuff? So guys, I don't know if this has been helpful, but realistically, we've got a lot of people out there who are spiking, dropping. And what we need to do is we need to get them back on a level so that their body can do what it's supposed to do and repair itself and look after itself and give it some time to recover from the trauma of being insulin resistant. And so that's my video for you today. I hope you've enjoyed this. Guys, if you're on the 30-day challenge and you're watching this, just understand that we have effectively taken you from a phase of maybe going like this to going like this over a very short space of time. Your energy levels will be feeling amazing, your body will be feeling good, and you'll be ready to start challenging yourself in new ways. Keep using your food chart, keep using the recipe guide, keep referring to the coaching videos because they will help you. And as you go into week 4, you can either taper into a better or more advanced program, and you could just drop me a call, or you taper out and you kind of return, but just bear in mind that that can happen again. And please, please, please don't fall for these industry gimmicks. The shakes, the supplements, the yada yadas, the whole, you know, lose weight with my 12-week ab transformation video. Just focus on being awesome in the kitchen, awesome with your food, and you'll see awesome results. Guys, hope that's been helpful. Have a great day. As ever, stay strong and keep moving.